Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Tuesday, September 26th, 11:39 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. I am back. It's been a little while. Just been working too much to get to videos. So we'll try to get these out daily and make them, well, better and better and get into some trades when the time is appropriate. Right now, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. A big deal right now is the MMRI, the Merino Market Risk Indicator. If you don't follow it, just Google MRI, or I should say MMRI. Indicator, and you will find it. It's very unusual for it to be above 300. It's at 301 right now. As you can see the graph down here, it's definitely making a move. When it's high, when it really when it's above 200, we have a lot of volatility. So I tend to be very careful above 200, above 250. You can see here the past MMRI numbers where it's been at right now. As you can see, it's definitely back at a high. If you go to the page for it, you can scroll down past the guy going, duh, that's Merino right there. And you can see some videos and such on what it means, how it was made, etc. But interesting indicator. I think there might even be like an MMRI simulator. Somebody kind of figured it out and put it on TradingView. We'll check that out. Looking at FinViz in general, a crap day in the market. Everything getting hammered except for the omnipotent and unbeatable NVIDIA is still staying in the green. Anyway, a couple other things in the green, but in general, a pretty darn devastating day for the S&P 500. Ain't nobody in the green today. Not the Dow, not the Nasdaq, not the S&P 500, nor the Russell 2000. Looking at Bitcoin trading volume last 24 hours under $1 billion. It's 975 million. Definitely the hardcore traders are keeping it cool because too much volatility. Maybe they look at the MMRI and realize that the risk and craziness is just insane today in the market. If you're in something making money, good to go. If you're in something lose it. If you're in something that's going up and you're making money, great. If you're in something that's going down and you shorted it, great. So it doesn't mean don't trade, of course. It just means beware. It means crazy things in the market. In general, I find that when the MMRI is above 250, you gotta watch out for those BART patterns. Right now it's 300, so I would expect some crazy volatility for Bitcoin. And you can see right here, a lot of longs got wrecked this morning around the 24th. No, it actually would have been September 24th. It's an hourly chart. So anyway, recently we had kind of a BART pattern here. You can see on the hourly chart. Anyway, a lot of longs and shorts getting wrecked right now. People are trying, not trying to trade too hard from what I'm seeing, but definitely getting some volatility coming in and wrecking those longs and shorts. So be careful if you are a leverage trader. Long 65%, shorts 34%. So a long bias for Bitcoin on Binance. Looking at the top 20 exchanges here, most have a red trading volume, as in the trading volume is going down the last 24 hours. So beware. Luckily, it's not heading into weekend. If we were heading in the weekend like this, I'd say, that's crazy. Some things are actually looking good, and we'll look at that shortly. But in general, it's the beginning of the week. We'll probably clear this dump out and make some midweek gains, most likely. We'll have to see how we go into this weekend. But in general, pretty darn weak right now. Looking at the top 100 cryptos and Bitcoin. Bitcoin's coming in at 26,144. Not too bad. Only thing in the green today as far as the top 100 are Maker and Frax share is doing okay. Radix is doing all right. Got a couple things in the green. That usually means to me that the market will begin to turn around. So it would not surprise me if we get some late afternoon, evening trades coming in. Looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart, you can see this green line here. We're looking at a lot of time. This green line here where I started, that's way back in February of 23. So this February. You can see this line's been very interesting. When we hit it and get rejected, boom, we really dump. Sometimes we make really great bounces off it too. Interesting support and resistance here. And recently, it's 4-hour chart, so it isn't that recently, but we have come down to bounce off this thing. So let's just see what happens. We're kind of going sideways. This is a tough pattern to play right now. You can kind of see really to me just kind of a horizontal pattern right here, and that to me is usually where, in my opinion, the big money is keeping Bitcoin. And they know when the big volatility is going to be. So they're buying these wicks, they're buying this, or shorting that, they're buying this. They know what they're doing. But right now, which way is it going to go? Hard to tell. You know what I mean? So anyway, this is a hard pattern to play right now. This is a 4-hour chart. And as you can see, we're struggling to keep above that 4-hour trend moving average. That's a pretty strong moving average. We are kind of going sideways here, looking at the big chart though. So let's see what happens. If we did get a bounce off that 400 moving average, off that 200 moving average, towards the positive, the white moving average there. That definitely could be a burst like we've seen before. The squeeze indicator is turning around, directional index is turning around, ADX is on the way up. So we're not looking too awful, really. If I go to a 45-minute chart for really immediate price action in general, we're kind of in a weak spot. Definitely, though, we've seen Bitcoin be a little bit sparky recently, Gosh, there's a Bart Simpson Bart pattern from hell right there. Jeez, oof, terrible. Back here, yeah. So you can see it, boom, boom, boom. That definitely wrecked some longs, huh? Anyway, so as you can see, we definitely had a nice upwards trend here on the 45-minute chart. Looking beautiful. Definitely lost it. So, and right now we're below the 200 moving average and the 314 right there. So, kind of a weak chart. I definitely would wait for a Bitcoin to get a little bit healthier, because right now this is not really great trading weather. Is there any reason to suspect a bounce right now? I would say no, not looking at the indicators. So just beware. Bitcoin sideways, but let's look at a little bit more. Let's look at the dollar strength index. This daily chart. Dollar strength index, about the 200 and the 314 on the daily, just continues to dominate, and that is for the most part what is really kicking everything's butt. As you can see, this is oil. This is just U.S. oil per barrel, basically $90.42. It's been cruising up. You could almost, you could actually, if you want to, make a bit of a crazy, upwards channel here. If you want it, you could do that if you want it. And just sort of say that, most likely, I actually saw recently an article, who was it? Actually, let me see if I can look that up real quick here. Where's that from? Where is that? Let me just check. It was about, I'll have to find it later. But it was an article on, so I don't have the article pull up right here. It's on my phone. But JP Morgan analyst sees energy super cycle with oil as high as $150 a barrel. So that's possible. And that's, we're at 90. So that would be like, what, 50% up. So if your gas is 5, what we're looking at, like, what, 750, or even more, right? Anyway, just a lot more. So beware. So dollar strength index continues to cruise, which kind of crushes commodities. The oil is going up, and part of that is, definitely the BRIC nations ensuring that the oil price goes up per barrel, because we're in a war of instability. World War III, the war of instability, and that's a great way for them to mess with the Western powers. And as you can see, also, our own government's messing with us. Look at this dollar strength index just cruising up. Good for some, but definitely not good for commodities. Not really good for the major indexes. You can see, the major indexes are getting crushed. And also, if we look here, the bottom left-hand corner here, bottom left-hand corner, that's gold. It's getting a big crush today. So losing the 200 moving average. Bottom right-hand corner, that's silver getting crushed. So really, with this cruising dollar strength index, beware. Along that cruising dollar strength index, that upwards channel, oil, per barrel is definitely making a run. And MMRI indicator, Merino market risk indicator, when it's above 250, it gets a little bit crazy. Like I would say, and I'm watching the Bitcoin, because it's Bitcoin daily view. I'm not going to go into alts right now because it's just not really great alt trading weather. Definitely with this cruising, dollar strength index for sure, and oil on the way up, commodities getting crushed. Bitcoin really ultimately is not holding in there that badly. It's just kind of doing what it needs to. If we look at it here on a daily chart, if I can get it all in here. Daily chart, boom. Yeah, on daily chart, it is actually, what moving averages do I have there? Yeah, I think that's the 200 and the 314 here. So the 200, Bitcoin lost the 200 moving average. It's above the 314. That isn't too bad. Looking at the daily, the squeeze indicator is beginning to roll over. I kind of like that. Directional index is not too great. ADX is not too great. But in general, we're kind of holding a sideways pattern. And you know what? You can see it here, actually. If I was to do a horizontal ray, go back here, boom, you can see we're in play. This trend, this sideways line that I find here, this previous support and resistance, which happened around February 2023. As you can see, it's been a very volatile spot. We went to it, we attempted to get above it, we got smacked down. We struggled to get above it. We really cruised. We came back down to it. We're really pumped. Here you've got an epic, BART pattern wiping out the longs and the shorts. And of course, now once again, we're visiting it again. We're just not doing something like this. I'd love to see a nice move like that. Right now, is that going to happen? Hard to tell. The one thing about back here, when we got above it, we were above the 200 moving average. Right now, we are below it. So definitely going to be a struggle. If you're a Bitcoin trader, to do what you need to do. Right now, I'm seeing a daily squeeze starting right now. So it's all going to be about which way does Bitcoin break out. If you ask me, this is really hard to tell. I would say that whenever I see little patterns like this, in my opinion, this really is I kind of call it like a whale holding pattern. And you can see it a little bit better on like a 4-hour chart here, where, the money is pushing Bitcoin around right now. They definitely know where these are going to be, these buys and sells. Just right now, what is going to happen next. I'm not sure. I can definitely say that I'm going to feel a lot better if that 45-minute chart looks better. And definitely if we can get above this 200 moving average in the 4-hour chart and definitely make a break up, that'd be great. Expect resistance at the 314, but still, we could see another beautiful, another beautiful run happen. Let's just see what goes on. The world is too crazy right now. Silver's getting crushed. Gold's getting crushed. Oil is pumping. DXY is pumping and just destroying the freaking all goodness in the universe. Is getting wiped by this monster. So anyway, that's what I can tell you. As always, BitcoinDailyView.com. Got more for you there. Take care. I will do my darndest now that work is slacking off a little bit to get here daily and update you guys. And then when the market is good, see if we can get into some good alt trades. See if we can do some nice Bitcoin swing trades. But right now, I'm playing it safe because things are too crazy out there.